Welcome. Oh, I get to see all your faces again. It's been a while. Hello, hello. I'm back in Devon, UK, after my amazingly long and exciting adventure to Mauritius and Zimbabwe, which I'd love to share with you at some point. But I am back and it's so wonderful to be here. So let's give a lot of love to our live stream people. Let's give them a wave and let's give each other a wave. Well, you can send a heart. You can just beam love to your fellow daily antidoters. Yeah, wonderful to be here and wonderful to see you all. Let's welcome everybody here today. We have had, I want to make a big welcome to start with to Peter Blood from Amherst, Massachusetts, who has actually stepped in today. Thank you so much, Peter, because Annie Patterson is unfortunately unwell. She's lost her voice. She can't sing, so she's sadly not with us. So we're going to be sending her some more love for wherever she is, of the healing. But let's just send her some right now as well. Let's just send the love throughout. So Annie, we really hope that you get well soon, and we look forward to you coming and joining us another time very soon. So welcome to Peter. Thank you for stepping in. Welcome to Erin, as usual, our wonderful tech guru. Thank you for everything you do. Hello, Jojo, our illustrious leader. Thank you so much for all you do too, and welcome. Welcome to Susan G in Cincinnati, Kathy in Colorado, Hoda in BC, Arlene in Berkeley, and Barbara, welcome. Athena in Brooklyn, Marcia from Huntsville, Delhi in Maryland, Aloysius in Massachusetts, nice shades, I like them. Becky in Vancouver, Sheila in North Florida, Kate Galloway in Charlottesville, welcome to all of you. Cricket and Lola in BC, and Mabel and Bear, hello. Gary Pousner in Massachusetts, Jim Harkless, welcome to you. Phil and the gang in Newcastle, UK, hello fellow UK dwellers. Annette in California, Penny in Victoria, Dan Walker in Vienna, Vancouver, I'm wondering. Maybe I think I've forgotten that one. I hope I got that right. And Carolyn in rainy Boise, day 1422. Thank you so much for letting us know. How amazing that we've been going that long. Ruth in Birmingham, UK, hello to you. Hindi in Toronto, Jane in Texas, Kim in Vancouver Island, Jen Samwin in Maryland, Susan Schreiber in Tacoma Park, and Amanda and Miles in Michigan. Hello to you. James Dundas in Victoria, BC, Linda in Orcas Island, Storm in the Zoomiverse, Fred in Silver Spring, Sarah Hartingen, Nancy, Washington State, Anne in Knoxville, iPhone Barbara, 2 Barbaras in the room. Brilliant. Barbara bingo. Love it. Sherrod Hamilton and Ray, Joe's mom. Bob in Warm, Massachusetts. Lucky you. Dick and Kathy, regular hosts in Victoria, BC. Hello. Elizabeth in California. Caroline in DC. Bronwyn in Victoria. Sue Miller in Seattle. Karen in Oregon. You are all amazing. Thank you for coming. Bob in Tucson. Anne in Nashville. And finally, Kevin in DC. 3 screens today. Woohoo! Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good to be with you. So, without further ado, let's hand over to Peter, who is going to lead us in song. So, Peter and Annie are part of the Rise Up Singing Songbook, and I'm going to learn a lot more about that because Peter hopefully is going to tell me more about this later and his connection with Annie, etc. But we will sing first. So, Peter, thank you so much for being with us, and I'm going to hand over to you to lead your beautiful song.
Well, it's great to be here today. I do sing sometimes, although Annie's the main singer. When we do perform together, she sings with lots of different bands and solo and stuff like that. And I mostly play fiddle with her when she plays other instruments. And we're going to do another song a little bit later through the miracle of YouTube that she'll be playing banjo, which I'm sure you all love from seeing her before. And I'll be playing guitar with her on that. But my voice isn't great, so I'm going to do an a cappella song, which I understand is a favorite of the Revels. I learned this actually from the singing of the Waterstones. If you've got to rise up singing there, I saw at least one person did. This is on page 49 in the Farm and Prairie chapter of Rise Up Singing. They might put the lyrics in the chat. I'm not sure how they're doing that today. But why don't I just, you know what, this has got the same, I think a lot of you know it. and it's got the chorus comes up 3 times, so that's kind of long for me given my vocal capacity. So I think I'm not going to even teach it. I'm just going to let you join in because it's the same melody on the verses and the chorus. And if we were the Waterston family, we'd have 4-part harmony. So maybe you can do that with your friends at home, but we're not going to do it here. Um, it's called Country Life. It's a traditional English song and begins, I like to rise when the sun she rises. And there is a winter verse. Ooh. Oh, I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning, and I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their leylands, and hurrah for the life of a country boy, and a ramble in the new mown hay. In the spring we sow, the harvest mow, and that's how the seasons round they go. But of all the times, if choose I may, I'd go ramblin' in the new mown hay. Chorus. I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning, and I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their leylands, and hurrah for the life of a country boy, and a ramble in the new mown hay. In the winter when the sky is grey, we hedge and ditch our life away. But in the summer when the sun shines gay, we go ramblin' in the new mown hay. Oh, I like to rise in the sun she rises early in the morning, and I like to hear them small birds singing merrily upon their leylands. Hurrah for the life of a country boy, and a ramble in the new mown hay. Didn't quite reach that bottom note.
Hey,
There you
yeah.
go.
Oh, Peter, thank you so much. I love your rousing rendition of that. That was brilliant. Thank you.
Is it Devon quality?
It's wonderful. You know what? My partner is in a local choir called the Lost Sound Chorus, and they do all of these really kind of beautiful folk tunes. And they did this in their Christmas concert. So I was like, oh, I recognize this one. So that's a really nice coincidence. Yeah, really great song.
I think somebody's putting in the chat the link. I have something that Annie and I made, only I did most of the work on it, not Annie. She does all the singing, but I do some of the back end stuff. And it's called the Music Box. Some of you may have heard about it. It's a place where you can find literally many thousands of songs with YouTube videos. And for not all of them, but for many of them, you can see as many as a dozen covers of the song with different artists, traditional artists in this case, and newer artists. And so you could probably see 10 different people singing Country Life, including the Waterstons, if you go to that link in the Music Box, which takes you to a bunch of YouTube videos, basically. And for what it's worth, it will also tell you where to find it in one of our songbooks if you have those songbooks.
Wonderful. That's so great. Thank you so much. And the link's there so everybody can go to that. Also, just want to mention the spreadsheet, the Daily Antidote Song spreadsheet also has a way to find lots of links of songs. So Joe, I'm sure will have let you know about that. So that's a really good resource there as well. How great. And to be able to listen to lots of different renditions, especially of these old songs that have just been sung for hundreds of years. And yes, I agree with the comments in the chat as well that your voice was great, Peter. You don't need to apologize. It was so wonderful. It was full of passion and vitality, and I want to sing it again personally. So thank you. Thank you for that. And I have just realized I do know what the Rise Up Singing songbook is, but we don't, being in the UK, I think maybe we use it less than you. And I can see various people have it in their Zoom screens. So yeah, do you want to just say a little bit about how your work with Annie, how you work together, and on Rise Up Singing, what your connection is? Anything you'd like to share with us about that? We'd love to hear.
Sure. Well, actually, Rise Up Singing's been around for a long time. So as some of you know, it came out in 1988. We had made an underground pirated type songbook earlier called Winds of the People, which I think somebody there recognizes.
Quickly,
Few of you.
huh? Yes.
Winds of the People came out about 10 years before Rise Up Singing. And it's really been gone all the way around the world. It's not too common in other countries because it's expensive to ship the books over there. But I wouldn't say this. If you're from the United States, close your ears right now. But if you're from England, you can get it from Amazon in England,
Oh,
but not in the US, please. Because
yeah.
you can buy it from us and we get practically nothing if it goes through Amazon or maybe nothing. But
So is it a book that you started, Peter? That
oh,
is
absolutely. As I said,
wow,
we not only started it, we even did the prequel. But this is when
amazing.
and it really is sung all over the place. And it did
Oh,
about um, five, no, more than 5 years ago, 8 years ago, we published a sequel, which a lot of people have called Rise Again. And Rise Again has 1,200 more songs, and they're all different, except there's a mistake. There was one song that's in both books, but I won't whisper to you which one that wasn't supposed to happen. But anyway, there you can learn. The new book has a lot more other genres other than folk. There's somebody who's got both books there. Thank you for that. And there's like, for instance, Motown songs and country songs and blues songs, a whole chapter of Broadway musicals. And so it kind of allows you to go beyond the folk world to other kinds of traditions and really new songs, although nothing since about 10 years ago, obviously.
yeah. Oh, that's so wonderful. How amazing. And that explains why it's not so used here if it's harder to get hold of. But I'm tempted to go and have a look. And I also want you to know that there's a singing camp just down the road from me here in Buckfast called Rise Up Singing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's taken from the name of your collection. Um,
I think it's almost certain that it is
yeah,
taken. And,
yeah.
and,
So that's
and
amazing.
we don't care if people use the name Rise Up Singing, although we like it if they say, oh, that doesn't just mean we're singing together. It's a book that you might want to get. So we do like to know that.
Well, now I can tell people when I go and teach on it that that's the connection because maybe someone came up with it and then forgot, I don't know how many years ago. So it's lovely to know that connection.
I'll tell you something interesting. Sing Out, the nonprofit that published Rise Up Singing, has unfortunately no longer continued. It's been laid down. But the book is in the process of being transferred to what's called the Country Dance and Song Society, which is a nonprofit located very close to us in Western Massachusetts. And
Okay.
CDSS is going to keep it alive, and we're in the process of making sure that's all sorted out. So the book hopefully will be available for a long time into the future.
Oh, that's so wonderful. What an achievement. What a contribution to make to the music world. Hats off to you for doing that. And look, you can see the amount of people who are holding them up right now. So, this book is obviously really influential and really loved. Oh, that's really lovely. I hope you can see that, Peter, all the people.
Yeah, and I might just say that that particular song, I love it particularly because it's so rooted in the soil, so to speak. I'm in Western Mass in a fairly rural area. I'm on Nipmuc land. Unceded Nipmuc land is the tribe that was originally lived here. And there are a lot of farms around here. But I have also traveled to England quite a lot, and I really love going. It said hedge and ditch our lives away. Well, I've been through some of those narrow
Yeah,
roads with high hedges on both sides of the road
yeah,
throughout the British Isles. And you can really, that song gives you the feeling of people maybe 100 years ago going out and working on the land and hearing the birds singing, maybe taking a tumble in the hay with their uh, partner of choice. And so I just love the Waterstones, and I love the kind of energy that they bring to their songs, and it's the very best. Anybody can sing that with their friends, and if they have the lyrics from a songbook, that helps them do it even better, which is why we made the books.
yeah. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for mentioning the song again. And I really get that feeling. It's this kind of, yes, let's go off and work. And, it's really it's such a rousing song. Yeah, thank you so much for bringing that to us, Peter. And we are now ready if you'd like to talk about the video that we're going to play at the end, which includes you and also Annie. Is that right?
That's correct. Actually, Annie will be singing, and you'll get to see our kitchen. This is my office, but you'll get to see our kitchen. It's kind of a kitchen tape, so to speak. And we love this song. This song we learned from Willie Nelson, the country singer, who's I hope he never dies. He's getting up there in years.
Immortal.
But it also was invented, I think, by Kermit the Frog. It was probably first released in a Muppet movie. It's called The Rainbow Connection. And the reason why we love this song and why we put it in Rise Again is it talks about, in the last verse especially, have you been half asleep? Have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. And certainly we felt a sense of call in our own hearts of the things that made us do things like make Rise Up Singing. Annie carries on that work. I'm doing other projects mostly now. I'm a Quaker, so I do a lot of my work on building Quakerism. If anybody's curious, I can tell you how to get in touch with that. But anyway, I think that all of us have something. This is in the dreams chapter because it's about people hearing the dream that spirit or God or whatever you want to call it, higher power has for us to do something in our lives. And so we just love this song. Annie performs it a lot. And it's a pretty nice recording. I know there's a little bit of lag when you play videos over YouTube, unfortunately, but stay with it and just you can close your eyes. You won't see her lips being slightly quicker than her voice, and sing along. This is on page. If you have Rise Again, some of you do. It's on page 39 in the Dreams and Mystery chapter of Rise Again, the Reds' second songbook.
Beautiful, thank you.
Hi, welcome to the Kitchen Sessions. I'm Annie Patterson, this is Peter Blood. We're gonna sing Rainbow Connection. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls young sailors? The voice may be one and the Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Oh, how beautiful. Thank you. That's so lovely to have Annie virtually in the room with us as well. How lovely. That's a really, really beautiful way to end. So let's send some more love to Annie. Sending our love and our hearts. We hope you get well soon, Annie. And we look forward to being with you another time on the Daily Antidote. Glad that we got to hear you. What a gorgeous song. I think I've heard that song once before, but yeah, really stunningly sung as well. So pass on our thanks to Annie Peter for that.
I'll just say one thing. If you'd
Mm,
like to get on our newsletter, I'm going to put the link in the chat. This is our subscription. They don't go off too often, about once a month, I'd say.
nice.
Oh, wait, what did I grab? Sorry, hang on 2 seconds. It's coming. I had it here. Where did
Oh,
it
that's
go?
fine. I can just say as well, Susan has just reminded us that Erin led the song in here apparently as well. So that's really lovely to have had been reminded of that. And I also need to watch the Muppet movie. It is very, very true. I have not yet done that, and I feel like my life is not complete yet until I have watched it. So yes, watch party, please. Great. Do you have it, Peter?
The link went into the chat. Yeah.
Yay, wonderful. So if you'd like to go on the mailing list, there it is. Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much, Peter. It's been delightful to meet you, and thank you for stepping in at the last minute. Can we show our appreciation for Peter? A little round of applause or a wave or something.
Thank you for coming all the way back from Zimbabwe
Oh yeah.
to be with us today.
Oh, it's been amazing. I've been actually back a few days, and so it's good to reconnect again with Daily.
We have a good friend who is from Zimbabwe, and our first son grew up with her son in the same household. So we got to kind of be they were almost like she was like a co-parent for my son. So
Oh, wonderful. It was such a great experience. I would love to share more at some point, but yeah, being in a village in Zimbabwe, it's wow, such a privilege. Yeah. Thank you, Peter. We shall see you again another time. Au revoir. And thank you to all of you in the room. Let's just say goodbye to all of you lovely, lovely souls. Whatever you do in your morning, your afternoon, your evening, your night, I hope it is blessed by this wonderful song and this community. So let's say goodbye to Peter once again. Let's say goodbye to Erin and thank you. Let's say goodbye to Jojo and Susan G and Kevin in DC and Linda in Orcas Island. Blessings. Annette in California. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. California. Phil and the gang in Newcastle. Oh my gosh, your gang is growing, Phil. Goodbye. Mabel and Bear. Au revoir. Cricket. Jane in Texas. Linda and Ruth in Birmingham. Anne in Nashville. Arlene in Berkeley. Dan Walker in Vienna. Lovely to have you with us. Blessings on your day. Jim, goodbye. Carolyn, goodbye. Susan and Sue Miller and Athena in Brooklyn. Becky in Vancouver. Lola in BC. Storm in the Zoomiverse in Massachusetts. Hodder in BC. Lovely to have you here. Have a blessed day. Kathy in Colorado. Barbara and Sheila and Gary Pausner in Massachusetts. Jen Selwyn in Maryland. Jamie Dundas and Fred Silver Spring and Delhi in MD. And Bob and One Bear in warm Massachusetts, Elizabeth in California, Penny in Victoria, Marcia and Amanda and Miles, goodbye for now, Sarah Hartingen, Nancy in Washington State, Anne in Knoxville, Sherrod and Ray and Dick and Kathy in Victoria, Carol in DC, and the Curly Tops. Have a wonderful day, all of you. Thank you for being here. Much love to our Facebook and YouTube live streamers. Thank you for joining us. And I'll see you very soon.
Thank you for keeping your daily antidote strong. It's wonderful.
Yes. Lots of love.